Hello, sir.
Okay, so good morning and good evening and good afternoon, everybody. And once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we're on the day number 28. Okay, so if I speak from the course perspective, let me show you something here. Then we have done almost all the basic stuff as of now. Okay, let's understand something new that is called the database view and something on the dictionary overview and the ACL part. Now the topics are going to be very small. ठीक है ना उसमें okay अक्षय ठीक है. So topics are going to be very small, but it's interesting one. So today first topic we're going to be discuss that is called the database view. As the name indicate, and I'm sure that if you have studied about the RDBMS or the database management in your college life, you know that what is the database, right? And database view means and why it is used in service now, that is more important. So we saw that when I need to be work on the standard reports, I can just only use one report or sorry, one table at a given point of time. Either I can use incident, I can use incident SLA, task table, but not two tables on a given point of time. So that was the big, I can say that was the limitation of the standard reporting. To overcome that part, ServiceNow give a concept, not give a concept, they utilize the concept of database that is called the database view. Or in the database world, the concept called the join. When you join two different databases, not databases, when you join two different tables and fetch out some result, it is called the database. And to present that database collection or the join in a way is called the database view. Okay, generally this requirement come or this point come when customer says that I want a report which show me incident and incident SLA and they want to modify, so they want to view something on the basis of the incident field, maybe on the basis of the category, on the basis of the assignment group kind of things. This is another question which is required from the ITSM examination perspective, that what is database view, and they can give you one scenario and tell you and ask you that tell me how this database view has been created. Okay, this database view is nothing, it's just a table for me now. Okay, the background will be a little different, but once it has been created, it become a table for me. Nothing much on that part. Okay. Okay, so now we will see that how can create and where I can use. So as I say that it will be work for me like a table, but I cannot extend it. Number one point, I cannot perform operations in the database view. Like I want to say that only first top 3 incidents should come, first 50 should become. No, I can get the results, then I can create a report on the basis of that. So now let me go here and open it. Oops, yeah. It's taking a lot of time in the first instance nowadays. Maybe it's too heavy or something has been changed. Okay, good. It's been moving we just yeah, okay. So now I'll go here and click on the database view. And under system definition, I can create this database view. So now if I want to show you something, let's say I want to show the inbuilt one. This one. This is the database view which has been built on the two tables. One is the incident and one is the task underscore SLA table. Because if you notice this part, let's say, and let me open an incident here. Let's say I want to use this one. Okay. Now this incident is under table incident. You can see here, right? You can see here. But if you scroll down and you can see, oh, there's no SLA. Come on, what we have. I thought out of the box it will be available, but it's not be there. Come on, no SLA in any of the here. So now if you see this and if I open in the new window, you can see it is coming from the task underscore SLA. Now I want a report where I need some information from this table and some information from this table. So this is only and only possible with the help of the database view. So now I'll go here and I'll try to show you something. Technically, there's no much coding is required on that, but it is easy to do. But it is not that much recommended as well. It's not like for every time you work, you go and create a database view. Why? Because if you create a database view, your system performance can be impacted because you are fetching the results from the two different tables. Like if I say select star or select employee number, employee name, employee manager, department name, department number from table employee and department where department is matching to the employee department ID. Now system will go and find out this condition and then find out this 5 results for me or this 5 columns for me. So performance can be impacted. Also, I have some cases seen where customer demand, can you do the database view of incident and the change table, incident and the problem table? I can do practically, there's nothing is stopping me, but we as a developer, I have to be think that if I'm going to build this particular table or particular database view, will it impact my system performance or not? Small table is fine, but incident change are too heavy tables. Heavy tables are. And if I'm running any command there, it will fetch a result and can impact my performance. So better avoid this thing. And also we told to the customer that if I'm creating a database view for you on the very heavy and commonly used tables, please don't run any report in the business hours. Maybe I run a report. I want to see the records where incident in the incident change record has been mentioned for the last 3 years. And in my company, every day or every month, 20,000 or 10,000 changes go to production. So you can imagine that how much the count will be there, and then from that count, the system will find out the required results. So it can impact the performance, but it is important whenever you work, you have to find out that what is the best way to do this part. Now, as I said, database view work on the two tables. So here you can put the name of your database view, and here you can mention the description that what it will do. So what it will do, join incident to SLA table to report the things like incident resolved by SLA per incident category. Like I want to see that how many incident get resolved where category is inquiry or software, hardware, or network or database. I want as per the category. That is the reason this particular things is required. OK. Now, whenever I do the database view, I need two tables. So this is the way that they have to add this part. Now what is saying? Let's open the task underscore SLA table. In this, the important point is the where clause. Like remember, select star from or select few fields from employee and department table where employee ID is equal to matching with the department ID in the department table. So in this, it is important which table I want to be connect. And this is the another point, variable prefix. Now let's say this is my employee table. Okay, in employee table, I have a name, I have a employee number. Okay, I have a department name. Okay. Now in the same, I have a department table where I have a name, I have a department number. Now, if I'm running a database view in these two tables, how the column will display name, employee number, name department, then again name, and then department number. Now in this case, it is tough for a user to identify that this name and this name to whom it belongs. To sort out this problem, what ServiceNow say, whenever you're getting the database view, always put a prefix. You can put for the task SLA, put the task SLA table. I will show that how this differentiate. Okay, how this differentiate when we run this particular report. That I want everything from the SLA table, task SLA table. Okay, so has been done. Now, if I go back and open the incident table, this one, because in one of the table, I have to map the where clause like this. Let start from employee and department where emp ID dot department is equal to depart underscore ID. So this is what the where clause. Where these results are matching, fetch only those particular records. So in short, if I say it is going in the SQL command only, anybody know which database ServiceNow is using? SQL, MongoDB, MSQL, which database ServiceNow using? Try to find out the answer. Okay. So now I'll go ahead and now I put the prefix as an incident so that I can identify that this the column which is appearing where the INC has been mentioned as a prefix, it means those are coming from the incident table. And here I mention my where clause. What this mean? It says task SLA table underscore task. It means in this particular table, okay, see this task because this is a task where this particular is matching with the incident sys ID with the this particular sys ID. I'm saying not the number. So sys ID for this particular is ending with 19B6. So if you open this is also 19B6, where the sys ID is matching with this particular sys ID, bring those results for me. This is what my database view do for me. And now if I go back and I run my report here, you can see the option try it. Here you can see this one. Let me sure try it. So now it done. You will see Atul where's the prefix are there. Now if you click on this, you can see this SLA is this particular field is coming from the task underscore SLA table. This category is coming from the INC underscore category table. This is coming from the INC underscore number. If you want to see more, click here and you can see. See, because there are two actives, like in this part, there's a two employee ID and department ID. Which one? There's a two name, right? This and this. So this belong to amp underscore, and this will belong to dp underscore. This is what the purpose of this particular stuff. So you can see like this, created by employee number. Because in the both table, the common fields are available. Now, if you want, you can add a number of fields and you can do that. So now you can see by a category it has been showing. This is what the database view do. If I go back, let me. Same thing is for the change as well. And in the examination, direct question come. Sometimes direct question come. They will give you some statement, say, OK, tell us which table is used for the this particular result. And remember, it is task underscore SLA, not the SLA table. Remember, guys. If I want to get a result of incident and the incident task, then the table name will be different. But if I want to get the results from incident and the SLA, then the table name is different here. So now if you go ahead and see, so on the change, they have these many. And in the ITSM examination, because when I was doing the training, it was clearly told as well by that particular instructor that we have to be remember these as well. These are the out of the box, what I can say, database view given by service now. Like time worked, SLA, metric kind of things. Different calculation with the different tables. OK, so this is a small point or the small thing on that database view. The only thing, the purpose is that because there's nothing new we need to be do. Only thing which is be required is the where clause. That is important. If I put the where clause, let's see. Do you have the where clause? No, okay. It will come in the other sections. So like if I open this, and if I open this, you can see it is change task SLA. It is change request SLA. If you want to get a SLA for the change, then change and request, change request and SLA. If you want to get the SLA for the task, then task and the SLA table. Let's see here. See, change task and the SLA task. So don't get confused, guy. I'm telling you, in the ITSM examination, these are the straightforward question has been asked. But the thing is that we did not read this very carefully. So now, same thing they mentioned, SysID. If you go here, same thing it mentioned, SysID. If you go here, same thing, SysID. Because again, now I hope that you realize that why SysID is important in ServiceNow. Maybe tomorrow table name get changed, but SysID will remain same. SysID will remain always same. That is the reason whenever we're doing the where clause, we are mentioning this, or we're comparing on the basis of the SysID only. Clear, guys? Any doubt? Any question? There's nothing much to be do on that part. If you want, you can just go check few out of the box database view, and you can see that which where clause has been mentioned, on which table it has been drawn. That's all. Nothing much to be worry or to be do on that particular part. And if you go in the reporting part, let me show you in the report. Create new. What is this? Let's say what is the database view? This one. So you can create a new report on this particular database view as well. Because data, what I will do with the data until if I'm not able to do any kind of reporting on the same. So here, select the table, this. So you can find out. But you cannot perform any operations in the background. Means if you want that I want to show only top 5, top 7, that you cannot do here. To do that part, you have to create a report on this particular database view only. In short, it's a table but I'm using this database view as a table and want to create my own report. Okay. Let's move to the next part. That is why I say that these are the small topics now, not a very big topics. Okay. Now let's discuss about the dictionary overview. Actually, it is a dictionary override specifically. Okay. And I generally get confused in this topic. I generally get confused. So now let's say, what does this dictionary override mean? Let's say I created a table called LNG from the task table. Okay. In the task table, I have a number field. I have a name field. I have a employee ID field. Okay. So now these three fields are coming in my table as well. In the task table, this is mandatory. In the task table, this is mandatory. But when I created my table LNG, I don't want number should be mandatory. Should be non-mandatory. Then what to do? Again, generally we don't do the dictionary override. It is called the overriding. There's a concept in the Java and the C++, right? Override. The same thing here. So what is a dictionary override? Dictionary override means when you want to change the behavior of a dictionary. Dictionary means attribute or the column or the field which you got from the parent table. Again, from the CSA examination and ITSM examination, basically from the CSA examination, this is a question can be come. Okay, it can be asked in the meaning that what is a dictionary override meaning. So when you want to change the behavior of a dictionary, I'm intentionally using the word dictionary so that you should remember. Dictionary means it's a field, it's an attribute, it's a column. When you want to change the behavior of a dictionary in the extended table, then we use the word called dictionary override. Okay, and why I got confused because I never get success in a one go on this part. So I go ahead dictionary. Okay, and okay, and open window. Dictionary means it's a field. Now let's say I want to change the behavior of this particular field. From which particular table it is coming? Let's see. Caller ID. It is incident table, so there's nothing much to do. Show category, incident table. What is coming from this part? Let's say this one. So now let's say I want to change the behavior of this particular field on the incident. So I'll go here and search for the table name. I'll search for the column name underscore service. This one. Okay, if I open this, let me comment column name. Okay, now I open this business service because I want to change the behavior of this particular field, not the complete table. I want to change the behavior of this particular field only. If I get success, yes. So now here you can see there is a related list available called the dictionary override. One thing which I want to tell again, dictionary override is kind of a customization considered because you are changing the behavior of the out of the box functionality. So like if I say in my mobile phone, if I want to take a screenshot, I can press power button and the volume up button and screenshot will be taken. But if I want to change the behavior, I want that from this I can take the photographs instead of a screenshot, then I am overriding the behavior. So it is a customization which is not given, but I want to do as per my requirement. OK, so whenever these kind of requirements came, very carefully you have to be analyzed that should we go or not. If you want to go, then please make sure you are doing on the right table. Don't change the behavior in the parent table, otherwise everybody will be impacted. OK, so now let's say I want to change the behavior of this particular field because it's already given. So you can see here. Let's say I want to get a new. OK, how it will look like. So this says what you can do in the dictionary override. There is some text will be there. OK, hey, why not it's be showing like this? OK, so it says that as of now, this field is coming from the task table. OK, and it has an attribute called encoded UTF-8 false, mandatory no, read only no, display no. And these are the things which I am giving to you. Now, if you want to make it a mandatory, let's say I want to make it mandatory, or I want to make it a read only, or let good example. OK, want to be go as a read only. So this is the parent table is task from where it is becoming, and in which table you want to modify. You can select here. Let's say I want to move it for the incident. I want to say on the incident task table. OK, what you want to do, let me show you something here. Task now, let me add a related list here quickly. So we can get the incident task as well. Let me add a related list to show. And task. Task incident. Let me search incident. This one. Incident task. Let's say everything I added here for a minute. So now let me show you this part. Let's say I want to make this. Let me close everything. Where we are. तो इतनी विंडोज खुल जाते हैं, भूल जाता हूँ मैं खुद ही. This one, incident task. Let me close this as well. So now if I click on this, on the new button, and let me add the business service here. कोई बात नहीं, let's do that part so that we can understand this thing. Business service, and if you want to see, if you want to add the exact field, click on this. Business service name. Whatever. Business service name. Let me do this thing. Hope it will be the same which we're looking for. नहीं, ये तो नहीं है. That is a reference, but it is not a reference one. Or let's say, let's go here in this part and open the dictionary override again for the configuration item, so that I can show you. Because I want to show, other than to be find out that which particular field it is there. Maybe it's not a name, it's something else. And table name is config. What is that? Column name cmdb underscore ci. This is the benefit of this particular thing, having the utilities on, and which table it is. It is a task table. Good. So we'll see column name is this, and let's say task table because I want to modify that only, this one. Okay, good. So now I want to change the behavior of this particular field on my incident task part. I want to make it as read only, let's say. So I'll go here, let it be open. And now I'll go here, click on the dictionary. See, it's already done. Oh my God, it's already done here. But let's open it. I'll show you. So now this was the earlier one. And what I want to change the behavior. You can override the dependent value. You can override the some attributes, maybe some default attributes. You want to change some default value, you can do it. You want to change some calculations, you can do. Let's say I want to make it as a mandatory, yes. I want to make it as read only, yes. So now by this part, I am changing the behavior of this particular field only and only for the incident task table. And let me click on the save here. And let's go and reload our page. So now you can see it become read only. Because why? Now we have changed the behavior of this particular field in the dictionary override option. It is very good thing you can do. Logically, it should not do this thing, but not sure that is this take precedence or this take precedence in the background. Okay, maybe if you want to put some default value. Let's try if it be working for us or not. So you can do that part as well. No display value. No display value means why? Because it did not find this hello in the database, so it did not update the default value as well. But it is the option available which you can do at your side via the dictionary override part. MongoDB, okay. MariaDB or MongoDB? Ujjwal, see here now. We'll pick up that part later. Okay, so this is a small topic about the dictionary override. Very small, rarely used, but we should know that what to do from the CSA examination perspective and from the ITSM. It is important to know actually. So we are adding this particular thing in our agenda here. By overriding, we are trying to change the functionality. Number one, we're not changing the functionality of a table. No, we are changing the behavior of a field. I'm saying, please don't put your own words here. Table is same. I am just changing the behavior. Let's say I have a glass of water with me. Okay, water I can drink, but if I put that water in a refrigerator, I'm changing the behavior of that and it become hard, solid for me now. Right? I'm not changing the water chemistry, what I can say, the elements. I'm not changing the elements of the water. I am just changing the form of the water to the solid by putting them in the fridge. This is what this particular thing do. Dictionary override. Rarely used, but if it is used, it's a good. And mainly we use to do only these operations, not much. These operations, nothing much. So like you can see here, they have done the override and they just put this code. What they say that pick up the data or pick up the reference qualifier from the, I guess from the main incident only. This is what they have done. That's all. Earlier it was showing every, what I can say, every CI, but now it will show a limited CIs or it will copy the CI from the previous one. That's all. Nothing much it will doing there now. So generally we don't do this dependent on the because if you change this part, it's actually modifying a lot of things in the system. Overriding is option good, but doesn't mean that you will override everything. Then what is the purpose of having the out of the box? Okay, so this is another point which we need to be complete here. Clear? Guys, any doubt? Any question? Everybody clear on this part? Chalo.
Yes.
Good. Now let's move to the next part. Next topic. Okay. This topic is very interested. Sorry, not interested, it's interesting actually. My bad. Okay. That is called the access control. Okay. I have few important documents in my house which I don't want my son should touch anytime. Maybe it's a property documents, it's my educational documents, my certificates kind of things. So what I will do, I'll always keep them in the wardrobe and should be locked. Who can check or who can open? Only and only my wife can open that particular wardrobe because she's mature, she knows the things. She can open and she can do the things as and if required. Now this concept is called the access control. In ServiceNow, not every user has this role. So whenever I get an instance from ServiceNow asks me, okay, tell me to whom should I provide the access control role, or we call it as a security admin role, or we call it as a elevated role. Because if by mistake or intentionally or knowingly I give this role to anybody in my company, they can go and they can destroy anything in my system from the security perspective. So it's like if by mistake I give this role to Pulkit or maybe Shabrish or maybe Garima to Akshad or Ujjwal. You guys are new in the service now. You open some ACL and you delete it. So now anything can be happen with my system. This is called as a very or considered a very secured rule, and nobody or not a lot of the people have this rule in the industry, not industry in the project. I can say only one or two people have this rule. And let's say I'm working on a requirement where I need to work on the ACL and I need the elevated role, security admin role. I reach out to Shabrish. Shabrish, can you give me this role? Because Shabrish has this role. Shabrish is not allowed to give me that role immediately. He will reach out to my manager or his manager, get the approval that Atul need to be work on this particular part. And before that, if Shabrish is a good developer, he will ask me, tell me what changes you want to do in the ACL. Maybe by doing that changes, you breach any security policy. So now how to build this ACL, and again ACL is one of the area from the CSA examination perspective the question can be asked. So now if I go here and search for the access control list, this one ACL. So these many ACLs has been defined. 24,447 ACL. But there is a no new button available. This is what the ACL say. You can read, no problem. See, now even I am an admin, I can read, I can open, I can read, but I cannot delete anything. See, if I go here, I'm not getting a delete option. Because even to delete, I need a security admin role. So how it come? Because this is my PDI and I am owning this PDI, so I can go here and click on the elevate rule on this part. Click on this. Now, few things before I proceed further, because from the CSA examination perspective, the question come from this area. Number one, security admin rule. Like let's say we all go to the barbecue for a dinner. Okay. After paying the bill, or maybe after paying the bill, if you go out from the barbecue and you come in back, maybe within a seconds, you will be considered as a fresh customer. The same fundamental work here. It means as soon as you log out, or the connection timeout done on your system, this rule is over. You have to be again request, or you have to be again go and click on the elevate rule, only then you can log in. This is the question which has been asked in the interview as well, that how the elevated rule work. This is the fundamental, the basic things on that part. I guess this is something rule ServiceNow added, because this time ServiceNow in the Utah release, ServiceNow added a AI search functionality. I'm still working on that part. So they introduced this AI search. So if you want to make changes in the AI search, or you want to make a change in the ACL, let's say I don't want to make a change in the AI, so I will go for security admin and click on the update. And now you notice one thing, as soon as it will be, page will be reloaded. Number 1 point, did you notice that one arrow key is there? It's very minute. This has been released in the Tokyo version, in the last version by ServiceNow. It indicates that I am in the ACL framework, number 1 point. And I am in the red circle again. And now you see the new button is available. Let me click here. When I click on the new button, okay, now I can create the ACL. Few points need to be discussed here from the CSA examination, specifically from the CSA examination perspective. Okay, number 1, how many type of ACL we can do? So we can do ACLs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 type of ACLs we can do. Believe me, a lot of things I don't know. But what I know, number 1, we can put a ACL on the record level. I don't want, if Ujjwal login into my instance, he should able to see the incident where category is audit, because he's not from the audit team, so I don't want to show him. Number 1, UI pages. I don't want that this page should be displayed to Ujjwal when he click on the submit button. I don't want that someone able to see the client callable flow objects or GraphQL. If you talk to a very good developers, they can tell you what is the meaning of this. Even I don't know. I don't want that you can make a change something in the REST endpoints. Maybe I'm doing some integration, but I don't want anybody who don't have a integration role, he or she should not able to make a change here. It is very high level we are discussing, guys, but the impact of this is very big, very big. So let's say I want to go on the record level, then operation. A lot of time I found the question has been asked on the report view. This is something ServiceNow added in the this time. Maybe this time is in the Tokyo version, they have upgraded this particular part. Number 1, ACL can be done on the 4 operation. This is called the CRUD, CRUD. Create, read, update, and delete. You can put the ACL on the execute. Create means nobody can create. Read only can read. Nobody can write, nobody can delete. And other than this, edit the task relationship. Edit the C relationship. I want Pulkit can create the relationship, but he cannot edit the relationship. He cannot save as a template. Means let's say I want to save this particular option, or maybe I am creating a template. Here I go and click on the template and save as. I cannot do this thing. I don't want that you guys can make a change in the list view. You cannot select the fields. Let's say I am giving you 5 fields. You cannot make a change in those fields. Let's say something here. If I click on this line, on this way, I don't want you can make a change here. I don't want, or maybe I don't want you can select few fields from here to here, because if you get those fields, you can spoil my thing. So how this thing work? It is not worked via business rule. It did not work via client script. It did not work via UI action. It only and only work with the access control. That is important point. So let's say I want to go for the create and report view, report on personalized choice. If I put personalized choice, let's say this thing, that it means nobody can do the personalization. Maybe I'm not sure that is the right thing which I told you add to list or not, or list edit, but let's say personalized choice. Now admin can override. If I have admin right, I can override, but nobody else can. Here also, if you want to write code, you can write a code as well. Click on the advanced. You can write code. Generally, we don't require code on this part. It is important. ACL can be work on the two level. I'm not saying two type, two level I'm saying. Number one, it work on the table level. It work on the field level. My son can open my wardrobe and get the things out from there. Perfume, belt, tie, coat, blazers, anything. But he cannot open the drawer where I have a particular documents. This is what the field level. If I put star, it means this is applicable for everybody, for every table. But I want to know, I want to put a specific one. Incident. That this ACL is only applicable for the incident. And if you want to put any specific value, you can put it. I said no, it should be star. That nothing can be personalized here. Nothing can be personalized here. And if you want to put condition, that only those fields where the short description contain these, category contain these, those things, I said no, it should not be done. This is the first part of the ACL. Little confusing, but it is good to do. It is good to go when you do the practical of one by one. Limit option 11 बार है ये तो we can see easily. Just these things. Try this, and try these two options. You will understand. Or let's say edit CI relationship. It's a straightforward. On the CMDB_CI table. CMD बेस तो मिलेगी भी नहीं ये. App server endpoint availability. CMDB_computer. Let's say this one. And for asterisk, that nobody can, other than the admin, nobody can make a change in the relationship of these particular things. And here the second part means, but if you're saying nobody, then who can make a change? We need to be defined that as well, right? Okay. So here I define that a user who has this rule. So number one point, it is important. When I was reading that book for the ITSM implementation and on CMD foundation part, it is told that ACL is not used to restrict anything or to lock anything. ACL is used to give a rights to specific person only, not person, specific role only. So like if I say, let's say there's a marriage in my house. My parents, my in-laws can go in my room and get ready there. I'm not restricting. I'm saying only these people can go. My parents, my both parents, in-laws and my own parents. And other side, it means for the others it has been restricted. But I'm not saying restricted. I'm saying only the user. So let's say who can do means who can change the relationship, the user who has a ITIL role. Only those can make a change. Not anyone else. Or let's say ITIL admin. So any user other than admin, any user who has a ITIL admin role, they can make a change in the relationship. Otherwise, no one can make. And now click on the save here. Even though if you want to make condition, you can do it. So this says that this is the first time you're adding or any other things you want to see. I said no, it's fine. So now let's do one thing. Let me save and let's try one point here. Let's go and click on the impersonate and search for the ITL user. And CMDB CI computer table, right? Also, there's a one more point came in the discussion or when I was going through this training, that what are the activities a user can do who impersonate the other users. Okay, let's come here and see. Computer. We have on the computer class, right? So now if I open this, because this user has a ITIL rule, not the ITIL admin. Let's see, will it able to make a change here? I hope it should not. Otherwise, maybe it has ITIL admin, then I need to be C. See, it is not able to delete it because this user don't have a ITIL admin role. Now let's do one thing. Let's go to his profile. Okay, let's try it. It's my first time I'm doing this try, guys. Actually, will it work or not? And these things, again, this thing I learned when I was doing my ITSM training, because on that we have to do this all the things. I have to be and impersonation, and let's give the role to this user as a just to see that will it be able to change or not. This is the only thing in service now. More you explore, more you learn. Simple. Don't think that I know everything. No, I don't. I don't know anything. I'm learning, and I'm doing it. Same thing you can do. Let's say I want to give this ITIL admin and save. And now let's impersonate. And now, did you notice that as soon as I cancel the end impersonation, the elevated rule also gone. Impersonate user, ITIL, impersonate. And let's see now. I hope this user should be able to make a change in the edit CA relationship. Computer. This. Click on this. Yeah, see, now the delete option is there. So I can delete it. Not sure it was earlier there or not. I have no, we literally did not check. So now I can delete it. So ACL support me to not restrict, to give the access to the required user only. Not users, again the wrong word, to the specific role only. It is very much important because if you give this role to anybody, game over. I have seen examples. By mistakes, I use in my one of the previous experience. By mistake, one of my developer, he gave a ACL rule or the elevated rule to any other developer for their work. And by mistake, that developer pick up the wrong ACL and modify it. When we go in the nobody capture in the dev test or UAT. When it go in the production, huge escalation came that how an IT user can able to make these changes where it was not earlier the case. So it is important to understand that how this ACL work. So now what you can do, you can go and you can create ACL on the different sections. Take incident table, take on the field level, take on that level, take on that level, and you can understand this part. But it is a good topic. Maybe you not get a chance to work on the ACL immediately, but if you get a chance, then it will be good. So like this is a personalized one. So if you put the restriction that user should not able to make any changes here, that's fine. Not able to make any changes. We can restrict that part from the ACLs easily. Clear, guys? Any doubt, any question? Good, yes, no, bad. Good. Not proceed further, although almost 3 topics has been done, even though this is a small topic, but we'll pick up on the Monday call. Okay. Can we have a test today? No, less people.
I can make changes in inbuilt ACL.
Yes, no, it's not called the inbuilt, it's called the out of the box ACLs. Yes, you can make a change, but make sure you're picking up the right ACL and make sure it should not impact anything else as well. Okay, actually, let's not take a test today, less people, but I'll have some questions which we'll discuss in the maybe Monday call. Let me stop the recording and take a quick attendance now.